Excuse me, please.
Hello, Chipworth.
Good afternoon, sir.
Songbird doesn't seem too upset about her husband.
And why would she be? The glorious Master Graham has returned to us.
Sounds like my wife didn't miss me all that much.
I'm confident Madame Songbird's affection was simply kept hidden, on the inside.
I'd like to hear more about Songbird.
May I suggest that Sir speaks with the lady directly, or perhaps check her social media presence. That's how Madame has traditionally spoken to you.
My wife mentioned I had a contact. Any idea who that could be?
Perhaps you might ask her, sir. I fear I am not able to elaborate any further.
What's this about a celebration tonight?
The Aspiration Day Gala. Madame Songbird was so looking forward to it. It is most unfortunate that she'll no longer be permitted entry.
Why? What happened?
Mentor Alonso has deemed you to be somewhat in need of care. He kindly converted Madame Songbird's kudos into more holiday days, so the two of you can spend some quality time together.
And what has that got to do with the gala?
Well, she now no longer holds the required level of kudos for entry.
So you're saying that it's my fault?
Would Sir like me to place an order for a bouquet of flowers?
Good idea. I think it's gonna need to be a really big bouquet.
Very good, sir. Order processed. Order shipped. Order out for delivery.
I need you to do something for me.
Just say the word, sir.
Please, can you open the windows, Chipworth?
Very good, sir.
Mentor Alonso seemed to be arguing with someone. The gang had a ferocious beak. I was lucky not to lose a finger. The gang had a ferocious beak. I was lucky not to lose a finger. Here you go. Whatever was in the box, Graham had clearly not wanted anyone to find it. Inside was a small glass lens. It had deep cuts scored across its surface. But that wasn't all. Tucked beneath was a photograph. A picture of a stalker. A child's face pressed against the window. Suddenly I realized that it wasn't just Milo. It was clear that multiple children were being taken into the city, and somehow Graham was connected to it. Mentor Alonso seemed to be arguing with someone. The plants needed watering badly.
Ahem.
I swapped the lens for the broken one from the lockbox. The HoloLens now projected fragmented data. The HoloLens now projected fragmented data. I swapped the lens back to the original one.
Ahem.
Songbird, I'm sorry.
You're sorry. Oh, terrific. As long as you're sorry. But tell me, what exactly are you sorry for? Turning up here? Pretending to be my husband? Or maybe you're sorry for making such a mess of it. All that kudos straight down the drain.
But...
Do you know how much effort I've put into getting that gala ticket? How many months of fake smiles and loathsome dinner parties? Only to have Mentor Alonso convert it all into time off to spend with you! So, please explain. What exactly are you sorry for?
that your husband is dead.
Yes. Well, it's a nightmare. The absolute last thing I needed today. Trust Graham to choose the day of the ministry's visit.
You don't seem too shaken up.
Neither do you.
I wasn't married to him.
Neither was I, really. Not by the end. Look, stranger. You told me your secret, so I'll tell you mine. Last few years, Graham gave up trying to be anything other than the dullard he really was. If it weren't for the kudos for being married, I'd have dumped him months ago. You're new here, so a word of advice? You want to win in Union City? Learn the rules and play the game.
My name's Foster, by the way. Robert Foster.
Songbird.
Is there anything more you can tell me about Graham?
Not much. He was a loner whose only friends were idiots like him.
Who's this contact you mentioned?
Bad news, as far as my kudos level is concerned.
What do you mean?
Graham was always rambling on about this hacker friend of his. Had a daft name. Leet, I think.
Could Graham have had anything to do with kidnapping?
For both our sakes, I hope not.
What were you saying about kudos?
You mean all the kudos I've now lost, thanks to you?
Yeah, kudos. That's important, right?
Were you born yesterday?
Let's just say I'm new here.
Okay, newbie. Here's how it works in Union City. Be a good example, stay happy, and you get kudos.
Which you spend?
Well, kinda, but not really. The higher your kudos level, the lower you are in the city. Simple.
So kudos is bad?
Aren't you listening? Lower. Lower is better.
So you need a higher kudos to get lower?
Of course. That industrial pit up there hovers over me like a storm cloud. And this middle level is simply beneath me.
I think I understand what you mean.
But the lower level, now they are my kind of people. They've got standards that you don't see enough of round here.
Any idea where I could find Leet?
Probably somewhere up top with the other degenerates. If I were you, I'd stay away.
That's all for now.
Yeah, bye.
The holdall was stained with paint. Looked like someone planned on doing some painting. Someone had spilt paint on the floor. With no hand scanners, I figured they were intended for droids. The cleaning robot was clearly designed to carry heavy water tanks.
Water refill complete.
Excuse me.
Ah, Master Grundy. What joy to see Sir again after all this time. The Poet Laureate Reginald Arthur Schnipple Esquire sends his regards and/or condolences as appropriate.
How nice of you, Reginald.
Correction, sir. If one may be so bold, Mr. Schnipple is of course Sir's human neighbour. How Sir might mistake yours truly, Tarquin, for our beloved Poet Laureate is beyond imagining.
Who are you again?
Tarquin, Fidelis Mark II domestic savant, at your service.
So you're a servant.
Savant, please. I am a highly engineered personal aid.
I'm Graham Grundy.
Of course, sir.
So we've met before?
Of course, sir.
When's the last time you saw Graham? Me?
Master Grundy, one is sure one doesn't need to remind Sir that one works with Sir's neighbour.
One would need one to remind one.
Ah, does Sir mean Sir would need one to remind Sir, or one would need Sir to remind one?
One is not sure anymore. You have a real way with words.
Aha, Sir is referring to one's grammatical prowess, no?
Yes.
Sir is too kind. And yet, if only one could translate grammatical prowess into poetic inspiration.
What do you think about the graffiti?
As an artiste, I find any medium a valid form of expression. Of course, the vandalism does somewhat detract from the piece.
Do you work in these apartments?
Of course, Master Grundy. Sir and I have been neighbors for 147 days and 11 hours.
See you later, Tarquin.
Will I?
Huh? It's just a phrase.
Shall we schedule in another meeting?
I don't think that's necessary.
Such ambiguity. A tortured soul. Alas, I am inspired.
Dear me, a terrible situation. Very troubling indeed.
Mentor, given your experience, your input here would be greatly appreciated.
Orana, isn't it? You strike me as a fine young officer of the Ministry of Well-Being. Would you say that's an accurate description?
I'm flattered, sir.
Your record is exemplary, I believe.
I do my best, sir.
I'm sure you do. So please, don't let me down. Fix this mess.
Mess? You mean the girl?
The whole untidy situation.
Yes, sir.
Atta girl! Keep a smile on your face. After all, it's Aspiration Day, isn't it? The happiest day of the year.
I'll take care of it, sir.
I know you will. By the way, a call to pest control wouldn't go amiss.
Of course, sir.
Meanwhile, I shall isolate this area until this unfortunate incident has been resolved.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your advice.
We're all here to learn from each other. Take care now.
Miss? Pardon me, miss! Who, me? Hey! You can see forever up here! You know, be free!
Miss, you have to be careful.
Careful or careless? I know which one I want to be!
Why don't you come down, yes? Miss Dijon, is that right? Raquel Dijon.
Yeah! That's... me. I think...
Raquel,
Raquel? Did you say Raquel?
you need to come down.
What? Where am I? Oh no! Help! Help!
Hearing her name had triggered a total change in the girl's behavior. I needed to find a way to get her down before she fell. The cleaning robot was clearly designed to carry heavy water tanks. From that height, the girl wouldn't fare much better than the can. Hello again.
Good day, Master Grundy.
What should we do about that girl?
We should inform the Ministry of Well-Being.
But the Ministry is already here.
How very efficient! The missive was only sent a moment ago.
Can you think of a way of getting that girl down?
Gravity should do the job soon enough.
That's rather harsh.
Oh, did Sir mean get her down safely?
So you like the graffiti?
I said it was a valid form of expression, albeit not on a par with, say, the literary arts. But as art goes, it's not too abhorrent.
Have you heard any report?
Why, no, Master Graham. If anyone would...
What if they were from...
Well, surely AI Officer Greta would find them by their newly implanted U-chips.
Fair enough. For all his poetry, Tarquin was... Bye for now.
Before you depart, may I use you as a sort of muse.
Depends. Are you writing a romance?
I had something of a tragedy in mind.
I'd rather you didn't. Excuse me,
Sir?
what's going on?
Just a citizen in trouble, all under control.
Anything I can do to help?
No need, sir. All under control.
Really? Why is she up there?
I don't know. I'm not sure she does either.
Why is the monopod locked down?
To keep people happy, sir.
How?
Well, this situation has the potential to be unpleasant. So we keep the situation contained until it can be resolved.
But I'd really like to go somewhere.
A little patience, sir, would be appreciated.
When will the monopod be unlocked?
When the situation is resolved.
Is there nothing I...
Just carry on enjoying Aspiration Day, sir.
But
Best leave this to the professionals, sir.
I'll let you get back to work.
Thanks.
Are you okay?
No! I don't know how I got up here!
Raquel! Raquel Dijon! Don't panic! I'm from the Ministry of Well-Being.
How can we help?
Nothing to see here, sir. I suggest you go back inside and enjoy some screen-based entertainment.
Excuse me? I'd like to make a complaint.
Please, both of you, I'm a welfare officer. I know how to deal with this kind of problem. I just need to check the negotiation protocol.
Well, thank goodness the Ministry is on this. It's all very distracting.
Can you see any way down from there?
No!
We'll work something out. Hold on. How did you get up there?
I don't know! Please! I'm frightened!
She climbed the outside of the building. Astounding agility, by the way. Most impressive.
I don't remember!
Bravo, miss!
Sit tight. We'll soon have you down.
Anyone got any ideas?
Yes, I do. I have an idea.
Go on.
Never use a simile when a metaphor suggests itself.
What?
I'm in the middle of composing an Aspiration Day poem, but my lexiconic cupboard is bare, so to speak. Hence the requirement for...
Wait, is this idea about your poem?
Well, yes. You asked if anyone had an idea. You were not specific to the context.
Can you see any way down from there?
No!
Okay, we'll see what we can do from here. What's your name?
Her name is Raquel. Now,
Raquel? She told me her name was Rat Girl. But it would appear her grotesque moniker signifies little more than a deplorable deficiency of elocutionary attainment. Rat Girl, indeed.
please, gentlemen, now is not the time.
What are you painting?
Sir, please, you're not helping.
What? I didn't... I don't know!
Her work is rather inspired, don't you think? I do believe art may be her calling.
Please, both of you.
Help me!
Don't worry, we'll get you down safely.
And soon, one hopes.
Commencing spray. Please stand.
The cleaning robot was clearly designed to carry heavy water tanks.
Water tank depleted.
The seal had been vandalized. Poor Joey.
Pray, please stand back. Stand back.
Raquel!
Help! Please!
Can you see any way down?
No!
We'll work something out. Hold on. Don't worry, we'll get you down safely.
Please stop making promises. Who's the welfare officer?
Commencing lead down.
Help me!
Water refill complete. Water tank depleted. Commencing lead down.
It was a hand scanner.
Water refill complete. Water tank depleted. Commencing lead down. Water refill complete. Commencing
From that height, the girl wouldn't fare much better than the can.
water tank depleted.
The girl looked almost frozen with fear. Hell of a place to get stuck. Raquel!
Help! Please!
Can you see any way down?
No!
Hold on. We'll work something out. Think you can get on the robot when it passes?
I can try.
We'll catch you.
I rather doubt she can.
Can't you try and...
You have a reasonably good eye for aesthetics.
Thank you!
Now, grab on tight. We'll be right underneath you.
You'll be fine.
Human grip strength is famously reliable. Only in short bursts.
Okay, here goes.
How do you feel, Raquel? Are you okay?
I don't know.
Well, I'm glad that's all sorted. Shall I call a pod for her?
I've got it from here, thank you. Raquel, what were you even doing up there?
I don't know. I don't really remember anything.
Water refill complete.
The girl looked glad to be back on solid ground. Excuse me?
Mr. Grundy. Oh, Mr. Grundy.
Mr. Grundy?
Bravo, Mr. Grundy. Your actions in this situation were sublime, albeit unconventional. The local noise levels have already returned to normal, and the building will soon sparkle again.
I'm more concerned about the girl. Is she gonna be okay?
Yes, blah blah blah, and all that. Officer, wouldn't you say that Mr. Grundy's actions today warrant a kudos boost,
Of course. Thank you for the suggestion.
Tarquin, miss.
Orana. Orana Newblood.
Yeah, like the guy said. Graham Grundy.
Mr. Grundy?
Raquel. Is she always like that?
What do you mean?
Well, I met her earlier and she seemed like a totally different person.
She's been through a big ordeal. Nothing that a trip to the reflection spa won't sort out.
What is the reflection spa?
What is the... Are you feeling okay, Graham? Everyone this side of the industrial level has heard of reflections.
Oh, you mean that reflection spa. It's been a long day.
Next, you'll be asking me to tell you about this Joey guy.
No, I'm familiar. So, do you work here?
I'm an officer for the Ministry of Well-Being.
You often have to talk girls off high ledges?
My first one.
You did a good job.
Thanks.
Will she be in trouble for the graffiti?
Well, no real harm done. The droid will clean it up, eventually. That said, her kudos rating will take a hit.
All because she defaced Joey?
People loved Joey, and what he did for us.
Joey was my friend. We did so much together.
Well, he might be gone, but he's not forgotten. You can find out about our savior at the Museum of New History.
You mentioned I could find out about Joe.
Yes, the Museum of New History has exhibits about how he transformed the city.
A museum dedicated to Joey?
Well, it's not all Joey. They have a special old technology, maps, that sort of thing. My advice, though, is to avoid dwelling on the past. Anyway, taking in some culture is good for you. Find it at the piazza, if you get the chance.
I'm on the trail of a missing kid called Milo. I think he's somewhere in Union City.
That shouldn't be difficult. Any greeter terminal will be able to find him via U-chip.
No, that won't help. He was brought here from the Gap.
That's not possible.
I assure you.
Where did you say you worked, Mr. Grubb?
That'd be the Ministry of Comfort.
I suggest you concentrate on your work and leave well-being issues to the appropriate ministry.
How is the girl doing?
She'll be fine. This sort of trauma is best handled at the reflection spa.
I guess I should...
Yeah, well,
I suppose I should thank you too.
No problem. You take care.
You too, Mr. Grundy. If you need any well-being support, just ask for me at a greeter terminal. Orana Newblood. Come on, Raquel. Let's get you to the spa. You'll be feeling better in no time. No need to worry, Raquel. You're safe now. Happy faces all round, right? In fact, this calls for a celebration. It is Aspiration Day after all.
Oh, goodness. Is it?
All day. And you know what would be the best end to a day like this? A trip to the reflection spa. I'll pull a string or two, and we'll get you straight to the front of the line.
Water refill complete.
Excuse me, Songbird?
What is it, Graham?
Did Leet believe in Graham's conspiracies?
Believe? Pretty sure he's where Graham got him from. Bad influence all round.
How can I raise my kudos level?
With kudos, obviously.
So how do I get more kudos?
Well, isn't that just the question? Like I said, be happy, get points.
But how can you be happy when you've just found out your husband is dead?
You think I'm not sad on the inside? No one's gonna give me a medal for having a dead husband.
But
Let's talk about something else, eh? My points have already dipped way too much today, thanks to you.
looks like Graham was quite the photographer.
Oh, he was dreadful. At first I thought he was an artist. Then I found out he used those ridiculous antique cameras. It took hours to see the finished photographs, and he took forever fussing with the lighting. The only good thing about his photographs is that I'm in most of them.
What do you know about the council?
They run the city. You know, like they always have since Joey left.
Can I speak to them?
Not with Graham's ID, you can't.
Bye, Songbird.
Yeah, bye. Ahem.
Commencing spray. Please stand back.
Pod has been requested. Please wait for embarkation.